basically, I'm an artist. I paint. Now I paint with words. And it all started a few years ago when I visited the National Archives in Washington, D.C. to do some genealogy on my family. And I found them all the way back to like the 19th century. So I started painting little portraits of them, and they became big portraits, and it became a whole milieu of doing nostalgic paintings that I copied from my mother's little sepia pictures in her photograph album. And they came out pretty good. Well, I thought, I can paint with words, and it's a lot easier, and it's a lot cleaner. You just use your computer, and there it goes. So people have asked me, what do you write about? How do you write? What do you start with? I have no idea. When I start writing, I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to travel. I don't know where I've been until I get to the end. That's the truth. It's like I'm being channeled. I don't know. I write about everything. So I'll talk about my very first book. The first book that was on Amazon, and this was 2014. I've been very prolific. I've done all these since. You keep buying them, I keep writing them. Thank you. I have a very big following in Japan. I don't know why. I hope they translated it. Well, this was the first one that I put on Kindle and Amazon. And it's called The 1239 to Montauk. Any of you from New York know that's on Long Island. I've never been to Montauk. I've never been to Romania or Russia or Russian shtetls in the 19th century. But I'm telling you, I am channeled. I use the language. My daughters can tell you. It comes to me. Here I am. And I think in lieu of speaking anymore, I'm just going to read the first page of this book. But I have to tell you something very funny. I never know where I'm going except for this book, My Gypsy King. When I was a little girl in Brooklyn, my grandmother used to tell me, she was Romanian and came here from Romania, that we were gypsies. Of course, we weren't gypsies. But it got me interested in gypsies. And I started doing a lot of research on gypsies, and it's very fascinating. So that started this book, and it's all about World War II, starting with 1937 or 8 before the war, about a girl who wrote a diary of this. They're all romance and love and history and sexy and whatever everybody likes to read. So I'll just read the first page, 1239 to Montauk, if you'll indulge me. The first chapter is, let me entertain you. Okay, I'm ready to be amused, Victor Landy smirked, a faint smile fighting to make its way on his lips, on his face. Molly hesitated as she looked around. There was no denying it. It was a beautifully furnished room. It exemplified good taste. She looked over at him and decided that he was a very attractive man. She debated whether or not she was about to make a big mistake. She asked herself, do I know him well enough to divulge the skeletons in my closet? No, I don't know him at all. We had 3 dates. How well do you know someone after 3 dates? She cast her eyes to the tray ceiling. Let me think. Our first date was in August. We went to see a movie. By now well, maybe not, but this all takes place in 1954, back in my day. He took me to a boxing match. We had front row seats to see Rocky Marciano retain his world heavyweight title when he knocked out Ezra Charles. Okay, a little strange, but 10 points for him for an innovative date. Dinner was at La Pavillon. No touchy, no feely, no hand-holding, no kiss goodnight, and another cab ride home alone. More red roses, not too shabby, but still. Our last date was around Thanksgiving. He skipped October. The guy was not that burning with desire. We went ice skating in Central Park. I skated, he watched. Okay, so I wasn't going to be judgmental. Not everyone ice skates. Dinner was at Serendipity. Nice, but no, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Cab again, no roses, no nothing. Chalk up another nice guy who bit the dust. That's what you Are there any questions?
No, that was very good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you, James Larson. And thank you all my fellow authors. And happy holidays, everybody.